Hello and welcome everyone to another StageDesigner tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to talk about input, output and I/O command in the playlist in StageDesigner and FX Server. To create an I/O command in the playlist, I can just click on any position in the playlist that I would need the I/O on. I would right click on the queue and select I/O command from the list of input and output which is available. So now I have the option to adjust the I/O command and to use it. I personally think of I/O command as a internal communication in the software, which means if during a show I would need to send multiple adjustments or different commands to the software, communicate with the software and free my hands from maybe manually doing it, or I would not even have the time to do all those adjustments with mouse. I can basically assign all of those commands to any keys on my keyboard, and I can just send one keyboard command here with the I/O command, and I would let the software execute all of those things for me. So I would type here keyboard A, which means that I need this I/O command to push the keyboard A for me when it reaches this point in my playlist. And now I can, for example, assign this keyboard A to bring down the opacity from 1 to 0.5. I want to maybe change the scale of the software, and I want to play a few of these preloads with these keyboard A. So I would go now to settings, input and output, events, and I would change this to keyboard. And here I would just click on plus to assign a new event. I click on learn, push on my keyboard A, and from this list now I can select what I want this A to do. I would go to render opacity, I would change this to go to, and instead of 0 I would change it to 0.5. Click on apply, I would duplicate this, copy, and instead of opacity, I would change the scale maybe, go to 0.5, that's fine, I would leave it there, and I would copy this again and go to preload 1, flip-flop, and I need to change this value to 1, apply, and instead of go to, I need to do pass value for the preload flip-flop. And I would copy this again, and I would just change this to the preload index number 2. Click on apply, and once I'm done programming or connecting this keyboard A to different parts of the software that I need to do, I click on apply, okay, and now if I play this command in my playlist, I would see that my opacity came down, the scale of the output changed, and I successfully played the preloads 1 and 2. So that's how I would use the I/O command. Again, as I said, anything that you would need to change in the software or any kind of wiring that you need to do for any situations that you need to adjust in the software. You want to play a multiple videos as a set, for example. You want to change some parts of the effects in a preload, let's say. Or you want to bring down the audio, adjust the mapping, or any sort of things that you want to change simultaneously in your playlist, and you want to free up your hand, or you cannot simply program them in the playlist, you can assign one I/O command to one keyboard, or you can do this with multiple I/O commands and assign different keys. And then each time the playlist is there, it's going to execute all of those things that you assigned to keyboard A, or if you have multiple commands. And that is how we can use IO command. I hope you're enjoying using the software and these tutorials, and hope to see you in another one.